Hey guys, how's everybody doing? And this is my review for Leprechaun Back to the Hood. This was a rough one to get through. Starting off with my positives on the Leprechaun Back to the Hood is the opening animation to this movie where it kind of plays out as a fairy tale in a way, where it goes where this one woman that we see in the movie where she's kind of like a fortune teller in a way where I'm pretty sure it's her, maybe. I don't know. But there's a thing where she opens a book and kind of tells the story on this leprechaun that we're about to watch where all these knights try to pretty much steal their gold, but all the leprechauns came out of their homes and their hiding places in a way just to stop them, and they killed all of them just to stay away from their gold. But then the leprechaun that we watch in this movie, he decided not to go back to his home, and he decided to keep his gold and keep the gold and kind of just go on a fucking killing rampage whoever takes his gold. I think that was a pretty damn good opening. Now, for the little budget that this franchise has, especially with this movie, the opening animation was pretty good, and it was also kind of interesting to see how they just did all of it, like just the designs of the different leprechauns. Kind of get tiny little hints on what you can kind of make up on yourself, like what you think they looked like. I just thought it was pretty good for like the budget that they had was still pretty good for it. I like the look of this leprechaun, and maybe my favorite. Now, in the other leprechaun movies, you get just the regular green coat, you get the little nice fancy shirt inside of the coat, you get the buckles on his shoes and all that, and you get the hat and all that. But I like this leprechaun more. He looks like more of a he's more of a darker leprechaun in this movie, which I kind of liked. And I just really like this outfit. And if they were ever if Warwick Davis was to ever return for another Leprechaun movie, I would honestly like to see this outfit back. It's not my favorite by all means, but I still think it's one of the best looks of the Leprechaun. I think the kills in this movie are probably at its best. Like I said, very dark Leprechaun. Some of the kills are unfortunately off screen, but what we get to see of them was pretty good. And the main one I took was the Ho girl. I'm not trying to be rude, that's who she is. Like the person that's dating one of the main characters, she gets like gold tooth and then the leprechaun comes back for it and just rips out her jaw. We don't get to see it, but we see him toss like the jaw right behind him. And it was gnarly, dude. I think that the kills in this one are pretty good. You even get one part of this guy keeps like punching the shit out of him where Leprechaun just puts his hand through him and just rips out his heart. It's a very bad CGI though, but I think the kills in this movie are pretty damn dark and probably at its best. Besides Leprechaun 3, they're at their best. This is a very dark movie for a Leprechaun movie. There's not much comedy in it, but the comedy that's in is in here, which I will talk about. I think that it's just a very dark movie, and I like that you get a darker Leprechaun. You get a just it's just dark and like darker kills and all that. It and just the way that the movie was shot, it maybe I was the only one to notice it, but the way that the camera lenses kind of looked for this movie, it was pretty dark too, and that kind of made the kills more stand out in a way. It was maybe I'm the only one that noticed that, but for me personally, that's what's one of the things that kind of made the kills kind of better. Now on to my negatives. The comedy in this movie is horrible. It's not even the things that got me to chuckle. Like, there's this one character that owes people money. He keeps, like, smelling, like, there's one part where he smells into a bag and he goes, played for laughs. And then he starts talking to his dog. He's like, no, no, you can't have none. Played for laughs, but it's not very funny. And the rest of the comedy in this movie is bad. And they even do, like, this little fucking thing where there's one guy where the leprechaun rips out his heart. He keeps punching the shit out of him, and it's like a fucking Looney Tunes thing where every time he punches him, the leprechaun gets right back up and tells him that he's a fucking shit fighter. It's not funny, and it's repetitive. It's boring, and every time it happens, I'm like, can we stop with this? Acting in this movie is not very good. It's a common issue with this franchise, like the comedy, it's a common issue, but the comedy and the acting in this movie, very common issues with the rest of the franchise, but the acting in this is basically nothing I haven't said before. The acting is just bad. There's one part in this movie where when the girl first sees the leprechaun, she immediately takes it for a leprechaun. And then and her response to it is just like, "There's a leprechaun. He's coming for his gold. We got to give up the gold." I'm like, "Do you want to rerun that like one more time, please?" Speaking of that character, the characters in this movie were fucking horrible. I hated them. There was no likeness to them. Where every time they were die, I was like, yes. Not give two shits about them every time they were on screen. I was like, dude, can we just fucking stop? You even get the main character in this movie, who was a fucking gangster at one point, but then tried to go his own way. His entire face in this movie is just as mentioned as the hoe. I fucking hated her too, where she's dating the grumpy guy throughout the fucking movie. Like the first thing she does when she gets a gold coin, she puts it on her fucking teeth. It's I fucking hate them. They're annoying and they're not funny. Continue, guys. I just wanted to let you know that I have a massive fucking headache right now where I'm trying my best to get through this. That's why this video isn't as long as the other ones, but my head just kind of really hurts right now. So I'm going to try my best to give you this last thing. And this was filmed like, where I'm about to talk, this was filmed before I did this. So just let you know, I might go, that's the reason this video is a lot shorter, but, wanted to get that out of the way before this video was ended. I just wanted to let you know that I had a headache throughout this video. So, yeah, just enjoy the rest of the video. That I noticed about this movie, where was it, was, the Leprechaun doesn't use any of his powers. Yeah, I don't fuck. It's a fucking thing where I absolutely just hate it. Where the entire time, where you get this character, it's supposed to be mythical and all that. I was just watching it the entire time, and I was like, wait, why doesn't he just use his powers? But no, he just fucking just punches them and just leaps at them. But the rest of this movie franchise had him as a fucking magical creature. But no, they just drop all that and it's just like, oh, remember when this leprechaun had powers? Fuck you, we're just gonna make him just random fucking midget that just dresses up like a leprechaun and just have him kill people in just normal ways. Which weren't very, I mean, they're fine, but I would prefer more magic. I don't know, guys. This was a fine film. I think I do prefer this over Leprechaun in the Hood, but after a while, I might switch my mind. At one point, Leprechaun in the Hood was my favorite. Was better. I was better than this movie. Then sometimes I say this one is better than that one. But right now, I'm kind of debating which one I like more. But either ways, I don't really recommend this movie very much. This is I would just say, just go ahead and skip it. What do you guys think of Leprechaun Back to the Hood? Do you enjoy this movie? Do you fucking hate this movie? Let me know in the comments below and we will talk about it. If you liked this video, like it. If you loved it, subscribe and hit the bell notification so you will get notified for my latest videos. But until my next review, take care.